it's hard to get out of your head too. Like I still don't try to wear it.
You had to wear dress, you couldn't wear pants and everything, right?
Actually, I'm wearing white today. I just
White
realized
dress I
that.
never wear, cause I'm like, when do I supposed to wear? It is so pretty though. I mean, literally, I wanna wear it.
Some
I mean, I've had it for like 4 years.
Wear it.
Brand new. I want to just do
Right
right.
now.
Oh, God. Change it up a little bit. I like it. I like it.
Like him.
I'll have to get some.
We should all wear white.
Good evening, call the meeting order, please rise to the flag.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Aldermember Starr. Blackie.
Here.
Witsit.
Here.
Polson.
Here.
Eller.
Here.
Kerrigan.
Yep.
Mayor Barner.
Yes.
We have a quorum.
All right, well, this is coming out. We'll move right into the consent agenda, which includes the approval of minutes from August 25th, the police report from August, the municipal report from August, the community development, July and August reports, and contractor's application and certification payment number one, $119,218.35. And payment two to Cat Excavation Incorporated, $534,349.35. Alderman Ellert.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to be approved.
Second.
No motion and second, all in favor? 6-0, the consent agenda is approved. Mayor's report. All right, I want to remind everybody that podcast is out. Kind of proud of this one. It's a 5-part series called Shaping Our Tomorrow. I hope people give that a listen on the Odessa Insight podcast. Don Davis and I will be attending the groundbreaking for the I-70 expansion tomorrow in Green Valley. Look for that. The second Saturday is coming up for the downtown collective. I will be there at 10 o'clock till whenever. Come out and see me, visit, talk. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come out and enjoy the second Saturday. It's going to be a good event. And remind people that there is a Ward 3 meeting tomorrow at Wednesday. I'm sorry, Wednesday at 7, and I plan to attend that one. So that's all I've got. Moving on to the Alderman reports. I had a lady in my ward call me last week. A question about an alley that's behind the house, and I got in touch with Shauna, and I would say within 2 hours it was all resolved. Very sad. Very good. Alderman Kerrigan.
Thank you for about the Wednesday Ward 3 meeting. I don't really have anything other than that.
And a reminder, the Ward 3 meeting isn't specifically for Ward 3. It's a community event. Come on now. Alderman Paul.
Happy times.
Alderman Allen.
I will say that I had somebody called me about something in Mickey's Ford. And her and I kind of worked together on that, and I did get a call from that person and it was taken care of. So thank you, Mickey.
All right, Alderman Stark.
Thank you, Josh.
Welcome. Hey, all right, Alderman Winston.
A few citizen issues that have been quickly resolved. They always are. I had one on, I believe it was Saturday, someone called and asked us to take a look at Dryden going up the hill and possibly making it parking on one side. I don't know how often it happens. I left the house shortly after, maybe 15 minutes after, there was no one parked on both sides. So I don't know if it's a recurring problem or it just happened that one day. But anyway, they asked that we take a look at maybe making it parking on one side of the street. You're nodding if you see that.
We've had several issues about that.
Yeah. Okay, that's all.
All right, very good. Moving to the city administrator report. Don, you're up.
Okay, good evening, Mayor, Board of Aldermen. I'll start with the Parks Department. So Lindsay will be attending the Region F meeting this Wednesday in Sedalia, and she'll be getting a little bit more information about the October 11th cleanup day at Dyer Park. Fall soccer begins this week, the games begin this week. Volleyball practices begin this week, those will be held at the middle school. Fall softball games will start next week. And we're currently doing signups for men's softball. There's also recently been two new benches installed at Chestnut Park under the new shade structures. And close to the basketball court. The pool has been winterized, and then we are going to start looking into some pump repair. We have some major pump issues this year, so we want to make sure we get that resolved well in advance. There's oftentimes pretty long lead times for those types of things, so we want to see about getting those accomplished within this fiscal year as opposed to waiting until April. For the wastewater department, Kenny has been working closely with the contractors for the 9th Street project. So he discussed with Triple C this morning that they were working on the force mains to be connected to Bonita Street. I expect to finish that this week. And then Kirkpatrick lift station has been officially removed as a part of the project. So they are progressing forward. We're still kind of in limbo with a few of the different permitting issues that we've had, and we anticipate bringing the work or change order into you all at our next meeting for your approval. He's also been working very closely with Sam GIS. Everything still continues to go very well. They're still working on wastewater, so as soon as that project's done, then they'll start water. Processing solids, we talked about that kind of a lot. It's kind of a lengthy process that the wastewater department does each year, and at this time of the year they would have been completed with that process, but due to the kind of excessive amount of locates that we've been receiving, they are still working on that. Troy's working closely with Socket to kind of clean up the way that they're submitting those locates. From their perspective, they're trying to push, they want to submit even more, they want to get the project done. And we're really, digging our heels in and looking for an improved mechanism than what's currently happening, just because it's completely bogging down our crews. For finance, Kathy's been working very closely, all City Hall's been working very closely with the auditors. They started their on-site work today. You can already tell it's going to be a very thorough audit, and we're very excited to work with them and see the end result. So very good at what they do. We did receive and select the lime sludge bid. Those were turned in last week. We received 3 bids, and 2 of them came in under budget. So we'll be bringing the contract guys as soon as we're able to work through those details. So hopefully at the next meeting. We also have the tree trimming bid that's out currently, and the electric engineering bid that's out. So both of those will close this week as well. So we're really crunching through those. Last week, Kathy and I attended the governor's conference for economic development in Branson. So that was a very great opportunity for us to learn more about the economic development world. That's definitely one thing that I've noticed in the past 2 conferences that I've attended, that it is just a another world, and we have a lot of things to learn and improve upon so we can better market our community. So a lot of great tips that we learned. For street and water, there was a vehicular incident over the weekend that hit a hydrant on College, which we believe can't necessarily confirm today, but believe that might have resulted in a leak on 4th Street, which is unfortunately where we just paved. So we might have to do some leak repair on our fresh pavement, unfortunately. But our paving street plan for the year is almost complete. We just have a few more streets to do. So Jennings was one that we were going to do this year. Benning and oh man, I'm forgetting the Remington, the entrance of Remington Drive off Cox School Road. So we're gonna start to kind of slow down a little bit, see how the numbers are coming in. Benning actually needs quite a bit of concrete work, so we're gonna kind of see where the numbers are and see if we can accomplish all three as the plan originally intended, or if we need to maybe make a slight adjustment. If we make any major adjustments, that'll come back to the board for approval. The water department also completed all the water installs for the second wave of 4 townhomes for Pine Creek, so that's been completed. They're working to street sweep and get everything cleaned, all the streets cleaned before the winter kicks up. And we're still working on some Doppler things, so far Doppler has been working. We're also using Doppler for emergency locates now, so when emergency locates come in, then our crews will get dispatched, so we're working on just some of those additional kinks and things this week for trucks. For the police department, Chief Thompson's been working on our Ring Central migration from Mitel. So that is completed. We're up and running with Ring Central. I don't think we had any actual downtime with our phones, maybe just understanding how to answer those phones for a few minutes, but we got it all transferred it over and we're up and running with the new system. So thank you for dealing with that. Let's see. Oh, one fun thing, just to add, our new phones also include fax. So now we can do away with some of our third-party fax services and utilize that via Ring Central. So that's a cost savings for us. Andrew Lockhart, our one of our school resource officers, he's attending their school this week. And we've hired Alexis Parrott, who started on patrol last week. So we'll be bringing both Alexis and Ben, one of our other new school resource officers, to an October meeting for their introductions with the Board of Aldermen. While you guys are voting on the sales tax and the use tax ballot language this evening, we've been working behind the scenes to make sure that we're prepared for any communication that's needed for those 2 items. So that's what we've been working on, is kind of a communications calendar for public safety sales tax. Our first engagement night, public engagement night planned for the public safety sales tax would be utilizing our National Night Out opportunity, which is scheduled for October 7th. So we're changing things just a little bit for that event, where we will hold that at the proposed site for the police station, just adjacent there to the current police department. And we plan to close Dryden Street for that event and have all kinds of family fun activities for kids and their parents.
Do you have a time on that one yet?
We have a start time,
5:30 to 8.
5:30 to 8. I think Chief Thompson has flyers maybe as
I'll
well
pass
to
them out.
hand out tonight. Our police department has been busy with a slight uptick in some criminal investigations. And then working diligently on the liquor license hearing as well, as we prepare for that for now our next meeting. For codes cases, we've actually, our new software system allows us to be able to do a little bit more tracking than we have in the past. We're definitely seeing an uptick in residents utilizing that online platform to submit their codes cases. We're only seeing a little bit of duplicated cases where there's already a case opened on a parcel and someone submits another one, but of those, since we started the program, we have closed 121 cases since June. And we currently have 54 active cases. So that's 165 total, but some, I'm not sure. Josh is gonna start reporting monthly on these.
Got a lot of metrics.
So look for that in the monthly PD report. But yes, it's definitely getting its use and we're definitely seeing that split position being primarily codes at this time, but it is needed, so. One of the things that, so we, as you know, we're a programs-based system when it comes to our code enforcement. So it's complaint-based or programs-based. So one of the potential programs that we discussed doing in the spring would be a tree maintenance program for the removal of any like large dead tree limbs and things like that. Alright, for the electric department, now the electric department crew is working at Pine Creek on installing services for the development this week. Like I mentioned, Troy's working with Alpha and Socket to manage the locates that are coming in. They have a few projects that they're working on. There's an underground project at First and Russell. And then working on some of the CIP items that we have budgeted, which is roof repair and substation protections, as well as some masonry improvements to the for community development. So Christy's been working closely with 400 South Russell. That was one of the homes that unfortunately had a house fire. So they're working on getting the permitting and any insurance things that are required. 209 West Otway, we had a duplex submitted. That's been reviewed by IBTS and our engineers. And then we've had, we plan to have a pre-application meeting for a company called Lewis Company. They're planning to build a 50 by 200 foot maintenance facility at on the parcel that's located south of Ritchie Brothers. And Chrissy's planning on working towards the P&Z agenda, so we'll have a rezoning for the 8th and Mason properties, rezoning. The applicants applied for an R2 rezone, I believe, R2 and R3 rezone at the end of Mason Street at Mason and 8th. Yes. Karen was city clerk. She reminded us that dog licenses are due on October 1st. And she has the journeyman position for the electric department currently posted. We've received a few applications. So Butch Whittick, he has retired. So he retired at the end of September. So we do have a position open for a journeyman. You'll notice on the agenda, we have a lot of special events listed at this time. So Karen's doing a pretty good job at keeping track of all of those special events. So it's kind of our fall season. We have quite a few. You guys might be aware if you utilize Google Calendar in any way, but she did invite you to the special events Google Calendar. So anytime she adds something to that calendar, you guys would be notified, or at least would be able to see those events on that calendar. They're also on the city's calendar, on the city website, on the health page, and then they're all listed in each agenda as well under other events. So we have quite a few coming up. So a lot of things going on for the community in the fall. And then Karen will be out at a training next week for MML, plus she has some clerk trainings that are tagged on to the MML training. And she was able to attend the Chamber's launch and thrive for small businesses. She said it seemed like a really successful event that the Chamber put on. There was 20+ people there, and Karen was able to present to those business owners on the liquor license and business license process, as well as food liquor licenses. So really great opportunity for the city to connect with those local businesses.
First thing to ask about October 11th. Looks like our downtown's pretty busy. Are we aware of that?
We are, yes, we've been working with both applicants. So the marching invitationals and then the downtown Saturday event are going to overlap. So we just been making sure that both areas can be buzzed at the same time, and it's mostly just a sound conflict. So making sure that any live music or any out loud music from the downtown event just starts after the marching band parade. So there was no issues. And then we'll also have on that same day our community cleanup
Yep.
day. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a busy day.
it's been a busy day.
Yep.
Like it was previously mentioned, we have the I-70 groundbreaking tomorrow and municipal court as well tomorrow. A few things that I've been working on are some just small changes for our utilities when it comes to our ordinances and development. So I hope to bring you guys that soon. I also attended the county's it would have been a meeting to approve compliance of the preliminary plat for Patriot Ranch, which is the subdivision just beyond the perimeter of our reservoir. So the county did approve at that meeting, they did approve. It was a little gray on what they were approving, but they were approving that the preliminary plat met with the county's regulations when it comes to development. So they didn't have like a fiscal preliminary plat in front of them necessarily, but they were approving that said preliminary plat will comply. So just wanted to let you know that that was approved. We would not have, we'll just try our best to stay in contact with the developer and know, what steps they are along the way and how close they are to development. But the development of those houses, once built and habited, would impact our hazard class for our dam. And then lastly, the sidewalk project. So it's coming along. We're trying our best to work with the city and Navigate. We're trying our best to work with at this point, we have completely new staff that we're working with at which is a little frustrating. The engineers that are on the project are not the engineers we've worked with the past 5 years, basically. So it's a little bit of a challenge. We're trying to push back as much as we can, but also get them to expedite and do things that are favorable to the city and not necessarily, putting us out in the way. So we're trying very hard. They told us that they would have a bid out in September.
Don't let them hold you.
They're not gonna hit the September date, but we are pushing very, very hard to get them to have a bid out, ready to go by the October MoDOT date. With their specific dates that you have to hit from MoDOT's calendar, so we're just pushing as hard as we can to get them to achieve that date. But either way, it's likely going to be construction after the winter months when the weather allows. Kathy and I visited Branson. And if you're not aware, Branson is undergoing a complete sidewalk project. So we were very intrigued. We asked the contractors some questions about their project. We asked business owners questions about their project and the experiences that they've been having. So it allowed us some insight on ways that we can help improve, that's a kind of lessons learned. I've also asked with the city administrator in Branson, so I'll be reaching out to her to get some insight from her perspective as well. So what we gathered is that it's a bumpy ride, but everyone appreciated the effort from the city, and that's all we can do is try to be as much of a resource to those business owners and hope for the quickest turnaround possible. So we'll do so. That's all I have. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Over to public comments. So none. There's no old business, so we'll move right into new business. First order of business is the introduction of Tracy Walsh, our new accounts payable city collector.
It's not the city clerk, it's the finance director. I hope you guys will help me welcome Tracy Walsh to our team. We are very, very fortunate to have her. Tracy and her husband have lived in Odessa since 2009. Have twin boys that are 19 years old. So they're 21 now. Oh, geez. So if she can survive raising twin boys, she can survive working with me. I'm confident she can handle just about anything. She comes from Maribek. She worked for Maribek for 32 years, was very involved in several different administrative, customer service, accounts payable roles there. I'm sure she would still be there if the owner had not retired and they decided to close the business. So their loss is definitely our gain. She's starting on week 3 and she is drinking from a fire hose still. So if you encounter her, please give her grace because she's still learning, but she is doing an amazing job. I tell her that as often as I can. She really is picking up on everything very, very quickly and we're excited about that. So welcome, Tracy.
Welcome.
Steve.
All right, next up, introduction and readings of bill number 2025-19, calling an election to impose an hourly use tax at the same rate as the total local sales tax rate, currently 2.5% for transportation purposes, subject to voter approval at an election to be held on the 7th day of April, 2026. I would take a motion to approve the first reading.
Motion for first reading, bill number 2025-19, proposed use transportation tax. Proposed transportation use tax.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
This was good.
6-0. Discussion time. Is there any discussion? None. Very good. Move to the second reading. Introduction and readings of bill number 2025-19, calling an election to impose local use tax at the same rate as the total local sales tax rate, currently 2.5% for transportation purposes, subject to voter approval at an election to be held on the 7th day of April, 2026. Take a motion to approve the second reading.
I'll make a motion to approve bill number 2025-19. And approve the bill as an ordinance for proposed transportation use.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Alderman Flacty,
Yes.
Whitsitt,
Yes.
Polson,
Yes.
Eller,
Yes.
Kerrigan,
Yes.
Star,
Yes.
motion carried, given ordinance number 3159.
Next up, introduction and readings of bill number 2025-20, calling an election to impose a citywide sales tax at the rate of 3/8% for a period not to exceed 30 years from the date it's first imposed for the purpose of improving the public safety of the city, including to pay debt service on financial obligations, to construct, improve, equip, and maintain a police station, with expenditures subject to oversight by a citizen advisory committee to be established by the Board of Aldermen, subject to voter approval at an election to be held on the 7th day of April, 2026. I'll take a motion to approve the first reading.
Real quick, just for clarification, on the ballot itself, it'll be Proposition U, transportation use tax, and then ask the question, and then the public safety sales tax, Proposition A, public safety sales tax, ask the question.
Yeah, I just condensed it for the agenda. So the actual use, the verbiage says proposition, so. As you can see in your agenda.
I'll make a motion for the first reading of bill number 2025-20, proposed A, public safety sales tax.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Any discussion? 6-0.
Shauna, can you take us through the process to get to that all important building cost?
Like when we'll have it, or what do you mean?
Yes, at some point, we're gonna need
Yeah.
to tell the
Yeah.
public what the building cost is.
I got you. Yeah. So we'll have to, we'll revise our numbers a little bit as we continue to progress through the communication calendar. I mean, it'll be the same kind of process that we've had before, where it's what we're projecting to collect, and then how much of that is how much we can afford for an annual payment based on what we're collecting. So we kind of work backwards from the payment amount of the bond or of the debt. Not necessarily.
I'll be completely honest with you, the way that I look at that kind of transaction. It's kind of like buying a car.
Mhm.
You go into the car dealer, and the first thing they ask is, well, how much can you afford for your monthly payment?
Mhm.
And lo and behold, the car deal that he puts together will use all of that monthly payment. As opposed to looking at the vehicle that you need and developing the costs from that. And then doing your financing based on the need. The numbers may come out exactly the same. Okay, but the perception is that if you look at it from the public or from my viewpoint, the perception is that, well, you're just taking all the money that you're getting and just spending it on something. It's not based on need.
Yeah, well, going back to our first initiative, when we tried to put this on the first time, when we did it based off our need, it was $8 million. So at this point, we are trying to get what's attainable to us, but still is sufficient for services that are needed. So we kind of, I mean, in reality, we are working that direction.
I really think that's going to be an important part of getting it to pass.
Yeah.
Is making sure people understand it's based on need.
Yeah.
And then we've still got to make sure that it's within what they see as
Right.
our budget limit.
Yeah, and they should be able to easily understand that it is a different project than what was originally proposed last August. And we have a very elaborate communication plan to try to get as much of that information out to as many people as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Alderman Kerrigan.
Did you say there's a typo at the very end, 2026? I don't know if it matters in this format, but if you're.
On which one are you talking about?
On the agenda.
2026, it's 2026.
Okay, thank you. It's not like that in the.
DC ordinance titles.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? All right. Move to the second reading, introduction and readings of bill number 2025-20, calling an election to impose a citywide sales tax at the rate of 3/8% for a period not to exceed 30 years from the date it is first imposed, for the purpose of improving the public safety of the city, including to pay debt service on financing obligations, to construct, improve, equip, and maintain a police station, with expenditures subject to oversight by a citizen advisory committee, to be established by the Board of Aldermen, subject to voter approval, at an election to be held on the 7th day of April 2026. Second reading, I take a motion to approve the ordinance. Alderwoman Elton.
I'll take a motion to approve the second reading and approve the bill as an ordinance. Bill number 2025-20, Proposition A, Public Safety Sales Tax.
We have a second one, Alderwoman Starr. Roll call.
Alderman Whitsitt,
Yes.
Paulson,
Yes.
Ellert,
Yes.
Kerrigan,
Yeah.
Star,
Yes.
Placky,
Yes.
motion carried, given ordinance number 3160.
Right. Next, a proposed resolution number 2025-24, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement for human resources related services between the city of Odessa, Missouri and Pinkline HR LLC. Take a motion, discussion, is there any discussion?
Does this have submission creep in it from what the bid was?
You have an example?
Well, the original bid for the 32.5 was for the salary study. And was to be completed, I believe it was in 16 weeks, maybe 12 weeks. So now we've got 32.5 plus hourly services as needed for a year.
Oh. I mean, typically, they'll put that in there in case while we're working, there's something that we're requesting of them outside of the original scope. So like EverStrive, they had the same type of language in their contract, just in case there's anything that we request of them that's beyond their scope, then we're able to pay that on an hourly rate.
Why would it need to be for a year term?
I don't, maybe to just give it an end date. I don't.
I mean, yes, one, we need to have an end date to have a deliverable delivered to the city. Second, a year-long contract is not uncommon, especially if there's a designated project to be completed within a certain amount of time. And then, yes, hourly services if they may be needed, that's not uncommon.
I understand that, but it leaves the door open for continued services. I'd much rather we spend money for training employees that we have or obtaining the additional employees that we need that have the knowledge to do the things that we're saying that they're gonna do for us over and above the salary schedules. The first paragraph, the issue is that the city of Odessa requires professional human resource services. That's inclusive of the salary study, I suppose, but includes a lot more than just the salary study to assist with compliance, employee recruitment and retention, and the development of a fair and competitive compensation system. So I just want to make sure that we don't get trapped into continually using them throughout the year.
I got
I'd
you.
much rather invest in our employees than a consultant.
Okay, we can take that clause out or just have an understanding that we don't intend to go beyond the 32.5 or enter into any additional services from them.
I'm okay with the understanding.
Okay,
What other services would we ask?
it's kind of a catch-all, so I don't have anything specific that we would need from them.
Anyone else?
I like that we do have, language in here that says client may terminate agreement in the event of the loss of availability of sufficient funds for the purpose. So there is a little bit of we send it out and we can't meet that obligation, and there's a variance in here for that.
All right,
Kind of covers it.
further discussion? Not, I would take a motion to approve resolution number 2025-24.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2025 or 2025-24, Pay Point HR LLC.
I have a second. Alderman Paulson, seconds. All in favor? Aye, all opposed? 5-1, resolution carries.
I just want to add, and I guess thank you guys for the approval of this. I know we've heard from different employees who are excited that the board's allowing this opportunity, and they're excited that we chose a firm that values the communication between them and the employees directly. So they'll have their opportunity to share their concerns directly with the consultant. So thank you.
And next up is a discussion at the August 25th Board of Aldermen meeting. Alderman Keller requested a discussion regarding options for providing a water supply in the downtown area to maintain a water landscaping plants. So we'll have that discussion in place.
So say this is for the Odessa Garden Club.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll open that discussion. Anybody have anything to ask? Yeah.
Can we do it?
The
I've asked you before, so.
closest we can get to the four-way stop.
Darren, do you want to go to the podium, please? Thank you. It should be. I left it on.
That mic's not working.
Yeah, you wanna grab it, fine.
Oh, it went off on me.
Either.
That would turn off.
Okay. The closest we can get to the four-way stop is gonna be one of the alleys.
That's much
So
better.
we were thinking that maybe putting a frost proof hydrant behind the library in that alley. We can tap into that line there, put it off to the side of the alley. And I mean, that's close.
Behind the library building,
It'd be right, yeah.
Like
yeah,
but it would be in the alley.
Yes,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that, I mean, something within a block there would be great. you
yeah,
know?
that, I mean, we don't have any other options other than run the water line all the way to
Right,
the center of town, and then we've got to find a place to put it where it's not way or
right.
not an eyesore or something. It's the sidewalk, so.
Yeah, I think the ladies would be okay with, is that gonna be an additional cost?
The frost proof hydrant is about $126. And then tax to run is nothing, so, yeah, I mean, just other than us digging it up and making the tap on the water line.
So how does that work? I mean, how do we have access to, how does that work?
Yeah,
Do you
we'll
have
put
to have
a,
a,
it'll have a lock on it, so we'll just give you a key to the lock and you guys can unlock that. Now, if they want to have it metered, I don't know if the city's gonna want it metered or not. Sure y'all don't use a whole lot of water, but if we want meter, we put a meter kit in there, off meter kit. So the meter's in it, so.
I don't think that matters to the club, but it might to
What
us.
about future use?
I mean, it might be more than club people use it, I mean, garden club people using it, so maybe.
Right, and honestly, we could still use that for public numbers if we needed to,
Yeah.
they could hook a hose to it, you know, instead of the fire hydrant there, or, you know. easier
So this is
access.
different than, you had this little mechanism on the fire hydrant during puddle jumpers, right, where, yeah,
Right, we'd still be able to hook the
This is-
four,
this is just a pipe that
the
we're
four
gonna pull out of
hoses,
it.
yeah, it's just gonna be an on and off thing,
Yeah.
and, we can get a little fancier if we want, but they're about $400.
like the
to
one
have a
that's
box.
outside the store,
Yeah,
the one outside the store.
Yeah, just one outside here, next building, it's just the frost proof hydrant, it's got a little handle on it,
that's-
we can lock.
that would be, I
Yeah,
think,
that's
you know,
all
I
right.
will tell them that,
The
you know,
board and everybody, I mean, that's what we plan on.
So you probably still have to bucket it out.
well, we could
Put a
get
hole.
a little wagon to pull our.
Now, if you want to hook a hose to it run across
We
the
can
alley,
hook a hose to it.
it's not gonna hurt anything if somebody runs with a hose or something.
Yeah.
So if you want to run. forward,
So how far back into the alley would it be, or would it be pretty
Not too
close to
far,
the
it'd be
street?
pretty close to the
Okay.
sidewalk
Oh my
there.
gosh.
It would be within, we have 20 foot of right of way in the alley, so it'd be within the existing right of way. We might have to look into getting some, what are those yellow things called?
The bollards.
Bollards.
Yeah, so nobody hits it, but.
That's also where, for the sidewalk project, the panels for the downtown streetlights will also be there. So we're utilizing that space already for city use.
I think the ladies would be real excited about that.
Probably get one of those hoses, like.
Yeah, just expandable. Oh, yeah. And you know, even if they fill out our jugs from there, we don't have to do them in our,
Right, you're not
use
gonna
the
want
city
to
hall.
stretch something across that alley where somebody can hook it with a
Yeah.
car, but you lay something across it.
They have these little wagons with fill up buckets, we
Yeah.
can take them
You
and
can
half a
fill
block
it
up
out.
there, that's what they're thinking of. We were even excited about maybe using a hydrant, you know, if we had a way to, but this will be
Right.
much
Yeah,
better.
the hydrant, we can't. you know,
Right.
It's too much trouble to put everything on, the hose bit and everything, so turning on, flushing and all that. So,
Well, I think that's great, personally.
and we'll just get a lock that the city has key for it, and we'll have a key for it that way.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. All right.
All right,
Thanks, Derek. Any other questions? So is the general consensus to move forward? I see anybody against that
I guess I
idea?
have one more question. Can we do that now, or do we have to wait for the sidewalk project?
no, we can do that now, once we get time to go over it.
So,
Yeah,
But the
it-
pots there won't be there until way after, they'll be the last thing to come in on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they won't be there till the sidewalk project's done, so.
So the only reason I asked that is because I've had several people want to know if we can move those pots back to the four-way stop sometime. But I don't, I'm gonna say no, but, that's the only reason I asked, so. We won't put anything there until we get the other pots back. Very good.
And what we did learn from Branson too, they were able to open up different quadrants, even though they're still doing construction in other areas. And they went ahead and put like the trash cans out and the benches out because those areas are still being highly used, even though there's construction in other areas. So there's scenarios where we might be able to put the pots out before the project's completely completed.
I guess while we're talking about garden club for just a second, we still need that trash can down there. in the park. So I mean, we pick up trash.
We're gonna
Every
put
day.
that
Yeah,
one
we
down
talked about that.
before in the town.
Yeah.
So we just haven't got a chance to do it
Okay.
yet. So maybe by Friday we'll
That'd be
have it.
great. We pick up a lot.
Yeah, we wanted to do it last week, but we didn't get a chance.
No
to.
worries. Okay, thank you. That's fine.
Okay, as a blessing of the board, so move forward.
Thank you
Sounds
very
good.
much.
All right. Next scheduled meeting is Monday, September 22nd. Our 46th AM. And we're coming up to the, you got something, okay, hold on, let me do it. All right. So up next, Alderman requests for new items. Now, Lindsay, do I need to read this whole thing every time?
No.
Okay, thank you. All right, so Alderman Carey.
I don't know whether it needs to be an item or not, but I would like to get people's suggestions on the code enforcement app. I have a couple questions about it. It will probably take 30 seconds to just talk about it, but at least, I think probably needs to be agenda. item.
Like a how-to or,
No, just some opinions on it, and then maybe some actions, future actions on how, what records we allow people to see through it, or things like that. I don't know. We could have to discuss right now, have it be done with, but I don't know whether we should or not. So,
we'll bring it to a future agenda.
great discussion.
Okay, we need to take a vote on that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Everything, anything that's wrong.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Alderman Carey, make a motion.
Make a motion to have a brief discussion among the board about the code enforcement app and future use of it.
Can I get a second? Alderman, what's it second? All in favor? 6-0. Add to the agenda. Any other agenda requests? None. I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Right.
Motion